Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. We're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. And it says, "So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave." So it says that part of the curses is we're going to be evil one towards another. And you see that evident in today's society. There's an animosity, there's a strife sometimes between what they call the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom, between the so-called black and the so-called Hispanic and Native American. There's a upbringing that many have been taught to have an evil eye towards it, and not even men of your own tribe. And do you see that in gangbanging, Crips versus Bloods, which are both so-called black groups? They have an evil eye towards one another, and other Hispanic groups or gangs, whatever you want to call them. They have an evil eye one toward another. So when you see things like that, those are the curses, man. That the hatred that exists, or the animosity that exists among the tribes that are now in the truth, those are of the curses, man. Now the thing about it is that when you come into the truth, that's the 12 tribes, that's the stick being joined as one. And that's where the unity is. That's where the brotherhood starts. That's where the Lord is bringing us together under one banner once again. Because that's what the Lord always had for us. That was always his intent, his desire. That was what's pleasing to him. Let's go ahead and get Psalms 133 and 1. This is Psalms 133 and 1. It says, when brothers dwell in unity. And you got to understand that the tribes, we are all brothers. We all come from the same Father. We are all related to each other spiritually and by blood. It says Psalm 133 and 1. It says a song of degrees of David. So this is David speaking in the spirit, man. And under David, they have what's called the Tabernacle of David. And under David, all the tribes were together, man. He was a mighty ruler and king and prophet. So let's go ahead and read this, a song of degrees of David. It says, "Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity." So that's good and pleasant to the eyes of the Most High. To see brothers in a unified state, in a fellowship of one mind, one doctrine that we have here in Great Millstone, that's pleasing to the Lord. And in Great Millstone is where you're going to see a very diverse, basically, group of men. You don't see that in the other camps. You see mostly Judah and the sprinkling of maybe a Northern Kingdom here and there. You look at IUIC, there's the majority of it's what's called Judah, or the so-called black tribes, and a sprinkling of maybe of Northern Kingdom here and there. But at the same time, you can always say that those that think that they're Judah, they're most likely the other tribes as well, or the northern tribes. They just so happen to look like a so-called black. But you're always going to see that range of diversity in Great Millstone. And another thing too, you never see members in these other camps that look like so-called white people or Edomites. You don't see that in you don't see that in IUIC. You don't see that in Sakari, none of that. But I've yet to see it. And I've been watching the truth, paying attention to the truth for like about, being a participant of the work going on like 10 years, man. And I haven't seen no what they call confusion of faith in IUIC or Sakari or these other groups. But I've seen that in Great Millstone on numerous occasions. Brothers that look like so-called Edomites, but they're out there teaching the word, man, with diligence and with fervency. So at Great Millstone is where you see the beginning of brothers drawing together in unity. And that's exactly what's going to be like in the kingdom. Let's get Jeremiah 32 and 39. This is Jeremiah 32 and 39. It says, and I will give them one. Well, I'll start at verse. I'll start at verse 37. Behold, I will gather them out of all countries, whether I have driven them in mine anger. So they're going to look like all these other nations, the men of Israel. And I will bring them again into this place, and I will call them to patrol safely. But ultimately, we're going to get we get those spiritual bodies. We don't know what we're going to look like. We just know that we're going to be on a higher level. We don't know what skin tones we're going to be. We don't know. We don't know if we're going to be different shades of brown like we were in the beginning. Or whatever. But we're going to be on a higher level, man. But most likely, if you look like an Edomite in this life, but you're an Israelite, you're most likely not going to look like one in the kingdom. Or who knows, man? Like, I don't know. That's just a speculation. And it says, because white skin is unclean. Well, that's what the scripture says, leprosy. So most likely you're not going to see that, man. Anyways, it says, they shall be my people, and I will be their power. And I will give them one heart and one way. So that's unity right there, man. The Lord's intention for us as the people to be in unity. And we're not going to have that here because this is the place where we're in Babylon. Babylon means confusion, division. So you're not going to have it here. You're going to have it spiritually, in Great Millstone and other affiliate camps, but you're not going to have it to its fullest extent here in this land of confusion. So I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of the children after them. So it's always going to be unity for all eternity, man. That's a beautiful thing to ponder and think about. Because right now everything's divided, man. Because this is a land of division. This is a land of confusion, the city of confusion, man. It says, and I'll make an everlasting covenant with them. I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I'll put my fear in their hearts. And what's fear? Fear is basically the keeping of the commandments. So the keeping of the commandments is going to be in our hearts or in our minds, which is exactly what the new covenant is. That they shall not depart from me. They will rejoice over them to do good, and I will plant them in the land, and surely with my whole heart and my whole soul. But thus says the Most High, Slakia, like as I brought all this great evil upon his people. And one of those evils was going back to Deuteronomy 28 and 54. One of those evils or bad things was that we were going to have an evil eye one toward another. It says, so will I bring upon them all that is good. And what's good is what's mentioned in Psalms 133 and 1. Brothers dwelling together in unity. It says, so I'll bring upon them all that is good, all the good that I have promised them. So that's what we have to look forward to, man. On a higher level. Brotherhood exists now spiritually in the more specifically in the camps of GMS and other affiliate camps. That you have the Northern Kingdom, you have Southern Kingdom, You know, we're all brothers, man. We all have a mutual respect and love for one another. And like I said, to my knowledge, you only seen that in Great Millstone. So that's what we have to look forward to, man. Get Isaiah 11 and 13. This is Isaiah 11 and 13. So the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So there's going to be no more division among us, man, among the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, because Ephraim is symbolic or representative of the northern kingdom, which is the so-called Hispanic and native tribes, and Judah is symbolic or representative of what you call the so-called black tribes or Negro tribes. It says the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, but we still have that today. And the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. It's going to be a perfect unity. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east. Together shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon, and the children of Ammon shall bathe them. The Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian with sea, and the mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, shall smite it in 7 streams, and make men go over dry shod. So basically, the Lord's going to give these men power, spiritual power, and that's coming in the near future, man, to do His bidding. You know, He's going to say there's going to be a vengeance that's going to be given to us. An exacting of vengeance is going to be given to us by the Lord upon our enemies. You know, and that's another thing to look forward to, man. So there's plenty of things to look forward to, man, in the coming near future. And I say near future because, you know, if you look at the world climate the way it is today, everything's pointing to the fulfillment of prophecy. But unity is going to be one of the greatest things that the Lord's going to bring back again, man. Man, we don't even know what that feels like. To a degree we do in the camps, but to its fullest extent, we never experienced that, man. Let's get John 13 and 34. This is John 13 and 34, and it says, "A new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another." Is the word of Yahushua, the word in red. "New commandment I give unto you, that you love one another. I love you, that you also love one another. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, you love one to another." So always remember that, man. That was the commandment the Lord gave us. He said that we were to love one another, man. So that's bringing forth that unity back once again, because that's what's pleasing to the Lord. Going back to Psalms 133 and 1. Let's get Matthew 25 and 40. We'll close it on that. It's another scripture speaking of brotherhood and unity and love. This is Matthew 25 and 40. Says this is a parable, but this is speaking of being your brother's keeper, man. "The king shall answer, saying to them, Verily I say unto you, as much as ye have done it unto one of these, done what?" And you read the parable, it talks about, you know, looking after your brother. "You have done it unto me. You have done it to least of these brethren, you have done it to me." So when you love a brother, you're basically loving Yahushua. You know, you should treat every brother like as if you're speaking to Yahushua himself. You know, if you follow these guidelines, that's something also to think about as well. The scriptures talk about preferring one another, man. You know, putting one another before you, and that's things that we have to learn all over again, man. You know, and those are the things that the Lord has intended for us, and it's going to come back. But with that being said, it's a real quick lesson here at the plantation. Most I will and hope is edifying. That we give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.